Hey, what's up, guys?
Welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel
and everything else.
Today we're going to be discussing Captain Marvel that I kind of just saw.
Finally.
You know, things happen.
Episode 1 was supposed to be a Captain Marvel, but didn't happen that way. We are covering Captain Marvel, and we're going to do it in a way where each of us will be able to say our part and rebuttal. So, I'll start. We'll have a minute 30 each, and then from there we'll have a minute to rebuttal, and we'll go from each person to each person to talk about what we think. This is spoiler territory, so if you have
Spoiler
the
alert.
movie,
Spoiler.
don't watch the video. Don't watch the
If
video.
you're one of those people that don't watch Captain Marvel till later on, I don't know who does that. Spoiler alert.
Somebody out there.
It's time for our first ever shotgun review on Captain Marvel, and I am so hyped. So I'll start off, and we'll move on from each person to each person. So, Captain Marvel wasn't bad. Wasn't my favorite movie. However, there was a lot of cool and interesting themes that were in the movie that I really enjoyed. I didn't like how Nick Fury lost his eye. That was one of my big issues with the film. The hype that the trailers were giving me didn't really feel my vibe when I was watching the movie. Skrulls, I didn't really know a whole bunch about the Skrulls during the movie, but they're good. But I had this thought where they were actually bad, so that was something new.
I see your point on the Skrulls, and I agree that it was weird because you did have the vibe of they were bad and then they were good, but you weren't really sure if they were good, and it was kind of confusing. But I enjoyed what they did.
Yeah,
They threw us off for a game,
It was good.
and I know a little about Skrulls, and I thought it was a good way to introduce them, and maybe they can go bad or something, you know. But I definitely agree with that point.
I definitely agree with the whole Nick Fury thing with the eye. That was terrible. That was like my biggest problem too. I agree with the Skrulls being bad. I know a lot about the Skrulls, and that was just a defining fuck up for the MCU in my eyes. Kinda. It's like I feel like they wasted their time doing that. You know, but you know that's all I can say about that one.
I agree with all your points, but to me, it didn't matter at all to me. Just because I like the movie so much.
Yeah.
So I just was like, you know what? I like all these little twists they're doing. I like how they changed so much from the comics, so we just don't automatically know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, from the trailers, that's their thing. They wanted you to not know what was going to be going on with the movie. So kind of everything how you felt, I think they knew that the audience was going to feel like that, and they still did it. So that's like super ballsy, and so many people liked it. So it was awesome.
I will say, they did hold true to the first 15 minutes were in the trailers, because other than that, nothing was really spoiled for me watching the trailers, and that was pretty awesome. So that's a nice little side note, by the way. So,
All right, so my turn. All right, so Captain Marvel, saw it a long time ago. I think it was a good movie. I honestly went in there expecting it not to be a good movie. I just had that vibe. But it was a good movie. Was it a good Marvel movie? It was okay. It's somewhere in the middle. Wasn't their best, but it was a good movie. If you're just going to a movie for a movie, you can watch it. I'd watch it again. That's what I'd say. The Skrulls, I know a little bit about Skrulls. Probably not as much as Mark. I liked it. I want to see them bad. I kind of get that vibe that they're going to go bad, but they start off good and something happens, and it's more of a story, not just they're bad from the get-go. I kind of like that build-up if they're going to go that way. I like the cat. The cat was amazing.
Yes.
Best part of the movie.
low-key.
I love
like
that he was the reason that Nick Fury lost his eye. I'm sorry, I know you mentioned that. I think it's amazing. I think that's so cool. And I love the vibe of the 90s, the blockbuster, the whole vibe. They did great with Samuel Jackson making him look young.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Definitely.
The humor was there, the action was there, the colors were there. Her suit in the beginning, I liked that they changed it because fuck that suit, I didn't like it. I like the later suit. I kind of wanted to see more technical things about Captain Marvel, why she can breathe in space, because I know she needs oxygen eventually. But I liked it. Wasn't my favorite, and the cat rules. So.
First off, the cat was fucking awesome. I did love the cat. Like, that was one of my favorite parts of the entire movie. Like, when they, like, scanned extremely dangerous, and, like, Samuel Jackson was like, what? And then, like, they go to Samuel Jackson week. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. And then, like, it would be cool. I didn't like how he lost his eye, but it would be cool if the Flirt actually attacked his face rather than just this freaking scratch, you know?
Okay.
But, good points, man. Good point.
Yo, I definitely agree with the points that you had, but I'm not moving on my on what I said. But I understand what you said about the scrolls and how they're doing a build up. That makes a lot of sense. But if they're doing a scroll build up, I don't think they should have started with Talos. You know, Talos, whatever you say his name. They shouldn't have started with him because he has his own backstory of being a scroll already, and they made him a family man, and that's not what he is. So that's all I got to say about that one.
Fuck your point.
I guess I agree with most of your points, especially about the movie just being an okay movie. Well, when it comes to Marvel movies, like in the middle, I agree with that because it kind of felt like a better Venom to me. Like it was a good movie, but it was kind of rushed to see what everybody was gonna feel about it, so that they could do it again, and that's really what it was. They was rushing it out to see, hey, can we smack her into everything? Are you guys gonna be all right with it? Everybody was like.
Why not?
Why not? It's not that bad.
And go. Okay, so I loved Captain Marvel. Let me just get that out there, okay? I loved Captain Marvel. It was the first time that we have ever seen anyone in the MCU flying in space. You know what I mean? Someone of that power level. It was just beautiful. It was fucking epic. And the sound effects for it were epic. Like, yo, the spaceship sound effects were just amazing. I loved everything that they did with, I loved how they set her up for being the reason why it was called the Avenger Initiative. I just love that they sewed up the MCU for no reason, and I loved it though. I loved it. But, okay, yo, I don't know what they were thinking making Nick Fury's eye. I just don't know what I don't know what they were thinking. They have laid seeds for that to be an epic backstory.
Yep.
And with the snap of a finger, no pun intended, they just decimated the whole thing. So I'm just sad about that. Everything else was amazing other than Talos. Like I said, that was just stupid. He's not a family man, yo, like. But I can see the 20-year span, him coming back and being a bad guy. I can see something like that happening.
Really bad.
He's a really bad, like
and
he's
he can't
bad.
shake shit.
Like, yeah, no, he's like,
he's the only one.
That's just, it's just, yo, I don't know. But awesome movie, fix it.
So the point that you made about how the Avengers Initiative was based off what happened in the events of Captain Marvel, that was pretty awesome. Like, I honestly didn't see that coming when I was watching the movie, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh, shit, that's pretty awesome. And then on top of that, yeah, that's something I really want to learn though, because I really don't know a whole lot about the leader of the Skrulls.
Talos?
I really don't know a whole lot about him.
He's awesome.
But yeah, in that 20-year span, like that's a lot. Like, well, the person could change in that time.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting to see.
His family could get killed.
Yeah. Family could get killed.
Why you gotta kill his family for?
Because that was some shit that made him turn evil.
Definitely.
And
Some
it might be
fucked up
Captain
shit.
Marvel.
Exactly.
I kind of thought that they were laying the seeds for his son to be Talos.
Ooh, that's
You know what I mean? For his son to be the bad guy. You know how his son was like really watching him, and then like when he started killing the dudes at the end or whatever, he was like, his mom tried to cover his eyes, but he still was like, my dad's with the shit. Like,
Maybe when Talos gets killed,
20 exactly, and then his son in 20 years,
major breakthrough. 20 years is perfect.
His son is now gonna be. That's what I'm saying. Yo.
We got you, Marvel. We got you. New theory.
That's
Literally.
a good theory, though.
Exactly. Thank you. Your 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, yeah. So your shit sucked. I disagree with every. No, I'm just kidding. So I get what you're saying about his eye. That he.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I get what you're saying, but I think it's cool. I think everyone expected a really badass story, but I think it was simple and it made sense. And you know more about the Skrulls, so hopefully you see my point about them evolving. And yeah, I'm glad you liked it, though. I'm glad you finally saw it. And yeah.
So I halfway agree with, but what I do agree with is the eye thing. Even though I totally knew from the first time that they showed the cat, I was like, the cat took his eye out. I called it.
Good call.
And I was right. Everything else, you know, for me, it's just I really like the movie. So when people they're criticizing about it, I just be like, well, you know, you have your opinion. Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah.
I just really like the movie. I liked how they tied a bunch of little Marvel
So you liked
major
it.
stuff into it. Yeah.
Would you say that it was Goodle?
Google.
Would you put the Goodle stamp on it?
Google approved.
Google approved. Google approval.
You would never hear me say that again. So my review, I really liked the movie a lot. I liked how they tied in everything. I liked the stuff they did with Monica Rambeau. They made her a really big part of it, and that was really awesome. I really, really liked the part where they had her daughter change the colors of the suit.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
Fucking awesome, yo! You guys are cool for that. And the Skrulls being good guys, I really didn't care because I like twist in movies, period. So that was like cool for me. And then how they just tied in a lot of Avengers, Marvel stuff that we didn't know where it came from, and then they tied it into that.
That's true.
It's fucking awesome. Samuel L. Jackson, his eye thing, I didn't care because I really thought that the cat was going to do it the whole time. So
I mean,
I was like, but it would have been cool if he would have had a cool story, but he didn't get over it. Captain Marvel movie, I really liked it. It's awesome.
Yes, they did put a lot of things that we shed some light on. So, like, I did love how they kind of threw in the Tesseract in there. That was pretty cool. Like, I didn't expect that at all. Like, I thought this source was going to be, like, just a generator. And then you come to find out it's the Tesseract. And shout out to one of my students, by the way. This is a cool theory that you mentioned. So, like, you remember that scene where, like, they were looking in the sky and they see a shooting star?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was telling me, I was like, they were thinking that could have been Yondu's ship when he first picked up Quill.
Ooh.
And then the timeline fits well. And I was like, whoa! Like, I'm gonna put that in the next video, because that is a pretty awesome theory.
Shout out to the naming student.
Yes, you know who you are.
Do you know who you are?
yeah, I like the twist. I like that she gets her power from the Tesseract. We didn't even say that. Yeah, that's so. What stone is that?
That's the space
stone.
Yeah.
So that's what she gets her power from. That's super cool. We both like the cat, so I vibe on that. I like the twist. The twist really got me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see it coming. I usually can see it coming, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Whenever he got scared of that little cat, I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" You know?
Yeah.
Like, and then he started explaining it, and I was like, "Is he lying? Is he not?" So the twist really got me, and I like it. I like that. I like that you think it's Google approved. So
I understand what you're saying and where you're coming from, because the movie is good. It's a good movie, and I watched it like again the next day after we saw it because it was so good, and I wanted to get all the Easter eggs down. Like, I wanted to know everything that was going on in that movie. So it's a really good movie. So I agree with that, but I still stand on what I said. Fuck that eye.
we're gonna start something on movies and anything in general. Really, we want to give
that
it
we review.
Yeah, that we review. We want to give it a stamp of approval. So if we give it a full Marvel Bros stamp, then that means, hey, we think that it's worth of a Marvel Bros stamp. And if we think half, we'll give it half. Like, we're also going to go through our percentages of what we would rank the movie, and then we can agree on what percentage and whether or not it deserves a stamp by a majority vote, though. So,
yeah.
So if we got 3 votes, Marvel stamp, then it does. If we get 2, then it gets half. 2 and 2 gets half.
If I was to give this movie a percentage, I would give it maybe a 75.
Like a mid-C.
So mid-C.
Not plus or C?
C plus. I'll give it a C plus.
Was it the cat?
Wasn't my top, wasn't the middle, but just kind of, it was in there. Yeah, I give it a C plus.
Alright, so I'm going to give my percentage and then say why. So I give it an 85%, solid B plus, because a lot of Marvel movies are 95 and 100% worthy. They blew my mind. Like, I can name so many up there. that this one, there wasn't, to me, anything really wrong with it at all. It was just a standard Marvel movie, and I think that it was a little confusing with the Skrulls. I liked it, but it was a little hard to catch on if you didn't really know. But if you're just a person that doesn't know anything about Marvel, it was a good movie. Like, you'd probably give it a 90, 95. Like, it had a strong female lead that didn't really emphasize on it, which I forgot to mention. It was really subtle how they did it. She wasn't like, it wasn't like hitting you in the face with strong. They just put it in, and they didn't say anything about it, and it freaking worked. That person was a badass character, no gender, no nothing. It was just don't mess with that person, you know. And for that reason, plus the cat, I'll give it an 86%. 1 more percent for the cat.
I could give it like a 79, 83. So in that, I can give it that gap of 79 to 83.
Okay.
I feel like they rushed the movie, so the graphics were a little off for me, and I never feel like that with Marvel movies, but I did with this one. I think it was a really good movie, and everything that they used for the movie was good. I loved how they put the content together. I loved how they gave us the 90 Easter eggs. And that was just awesome. I loved all of that type of stuff. I like how he said, I love how it wasn't in-your-face female warrior, but she's a female warrior and she's a badass. You know what I mean? It's like, it's there, you see it, and that's it. We're not going to tell you nothing. You see that.
I give it like an 80. Like an 80, like an 80 because I really liked the movie. I liked all the twists that they put in there. I liked how they really did the trailers was really like the first 15 minutes, and that was dope. The stuff I didn't like was her little first little group at the beginning that she was with
Star Force?
Star Force.
Is that what it was called?
I don't like how they like gave us this much of them.
Yeah,
and
I
they
agree
looked
with that.
pretty badass, and I didn't like that at all.
That's a good point.
I didn't like that at all. That kind of bothered me. But then that was really just it, though. Everything else I liked about the movie. I did feel like the movie was rushed. Like I always say, it felt like a better Venom, because I feel like Venom was rushed to see like, hey, are you guys gonna like it? And we did. I feel like this was like Marvel saying, hey, are you guys gonna like it? Yeah, we did. So I feel like the next one's definitely going to be like a 95. That's just what I feel like. So I didn't want to give it too high because it felt rushed, and anything rushed to me is like,
If you think it was worthy of a Marvel Bros stamp, just go and raise your hand, and we'll see where we stand at.
I think it was worth the stamp.
I liked it. So I think we go with a half a stamp, maybe.
So that's a half a stamp. We can do a half a stamp on that
I'm
one.
fine with that.
Alright guys, so that was a Captain Marvel review. Hope you guys liked it. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button and that bell. Bing, bing. We hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't seen our first video, go ahead and watch it. We had a dope first episode.
It'll be right
there. Let us
there.
know what you guys think.
Stay tuned for that giveaway.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Make sure you like the video and you comment down below in order to be able to.
We're going to be taking a look at the active people. Yeah, so
leave a comment on some things you might want us to discuss.
Yes.
discuss topics.
Because you guys are part of Marvel Bros too.
Leave a comment with the discussion. We'll engage. Comment something you didn't agree with, or if you thought Captain Marvel was the best, leave it. We'll get in there. We'll type it up, and
We'll tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah. So, wow, look how powerful I am. I didn't even touch it. So,
We got a
thank you for watching, and see you next video.
Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys.
Tuning in.
Bye-bye.